Back in 2020, I sent off a load of my childhood Pokemon card collection to get graded by PSA. Fast forward 5-6 years later, and I regret that decision quite a bit, but not for the reasons that you're probably thinking. In this video, I'm going to talk about the reasons why lifelong collectors sometimes regret getting their cards graded, even though it means the value of those cards goes up massively. And that's going to bring us on to the main point about why collectors end up regretting getting the cards graded. It's because when you get a card graded from PSA, that can bump the price up from a card that might be 50, 60, 70, 80 quid, 80, 90, 100 pounds raw. That can bump the value of that card up to literally thousands of pounds. And then when you're sat on an item that is worth thousands of pounds, it's hard to sometimes draw the differentiation between this is my personal item and this is something that I should really sell and get the money out of it. But who the hell am I? Well, my name is Adam. I'm also known as Shreddy. I am Pokemon Card Classic on Instagram. I have a vintage Pokemon card collection, and I have been a lifelong Pokemon card collector, Pokemon fan, all the way from being, back in 1998. In 2020, just like all other 90s kids, like all of the millennials, we all got bit by the Pokemon bug again when lockdown happened and people were struggling for things to do. I never phased out of Pokemon. I've always been into Pokemon, ever since I was a kid. There's times of my life where I got more into it and less into it. One of those times where I was more into Pokemon was when I was a university student, so 2008, all the way up to 2014, when I was really back into collecting. This is the time when I was able to build my collection big time. And collecting back then was completely different. The Pokemon scene, the card market was completely different back then to what it is now. And I'll talk about that in more detail in a future video, so please do subscribe to see that. The reason I'm moving around, by the way, for anyone who's new to the channel, I'm also a professional wrestler. I'm currently traveling from the UK to Las Vegas, where I'll be wrestling or performing with AEW, and I'm doing a trip of America. So I'm in the airport filming this video now. The reason I filmed this video, I wanted to make this video, is because recently on eBay, there's been a lot of legendary collection cards finishing on auctions, and the prices of some of these cards is insane. Back in 2020, I had, back in 2009-10, I was able to get a full master set of Legendary Collection, the normal set, the reverse holo set, all complete, and an additional full normal set. So I had 2 normal sets and 1 reverse holo set, complete in binders. 2020, sent those off for grading, got the cards back, and then when I saw the value of those Legendary Collection reverse holo foils, I couldn't resist selling them. The amount of money I was able to get, and I didn't sell them all. I started selling some of them. I still have a PSA 9 Charizard Legendary Collection. I still do have a Dark Dragonite. I've got a lot of cards still from that set. But the reason I regretted selling, grading that, is because it then kind of encouraged me to sell, to take advantage of how much these cards were worth. And I broke up the master set. Legendary Collection, the reverse holos, is my favourite set in Pokemon. From an aesthetics point of view, it is hands down my absolute favourite set. It's not the set I'm most nostalgic for, but as a collector, it is my absolute favourite. So grading the cards, I had the entire reverse Legendary Collection. Grades varied from 7s up to 10s. Lots of them 8s and 9s. But I had the full reverse holo set graded, and I started selling them bit by bit. And then I no longer had the full set. So me as a collector, I'd give up one of the most treasured items in my collection. Had it not been for grading the cards, I would never have sold those cards raw. I would have never started picking them at them. But seeing the bump in the price of those cards, it then influenced me to be able to make that decision. Do I regret it? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no, because the money is being put to good use. And I've been able to buy back an entire Legendary Collection reverse holo binder set. I've still got that. I've got that back again now in my binder, so I'm happy that I've got that in my PC once more. But in terms of grading the cards, we get a lot more monetary value, but that monetary value can sometimes ruin our enjoyment of actually just collecting cards And that's what I found when it came to my Legendary Collection set. So I want to know, is there any cards that you have graded, they graded really well, but then you ended up regretting it for that exact same reason? Let me know down in the comments below, and make sure that you are subscribed to see more of these kind of videos. Go and check out the playlists, and until next time, keep clanging and banging.